This video is a quick guide to some health resources in Genesee County, an information guide for immigrants, English learners, or newcomers to Genesee County, Michigan. Let's start by talking about health insurance in the United States. There are two types of health insurance: government-sponsored health insurance like Medicaid or Medicare for adults 65 and older, and private insurance, which is owned by a company and you would pay a monthly premium to the company for your health insurance. HAP, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and Aetna are three examples of private healthcare companies. If you do not have insurance, you are considered uninsured. This means you do not have government health insurance and you do not have private health insurance. Now let's talk about where to go to get treatment. Knowing where to get medical treatment can feel overwhelming at first. This is a chart for knowing which medical facility to use, depending on the situation you find yourself in. Let's start with the Genesee County Free Medical Clinic. This is a clinic that provides completely free health treatment and doctor's appointments to people in Genesee County who do not have insurance. They do require a scheduled appointment, so they can provide physician consultation, which is just like meeting with a doctor, health education, some tests, and they also have a pharmacy so they can fill most prescription medication. The emergency room, or the ER, is where you would go if you are having an emergency illness or an emergency injury, something very serious, like a broken bone, concussion, seizure, fainting, large cuts, stuff like that. The emergency room is usually connected to a hospital, so it's like a section of the hospital. You may need to use the hospital for non-emergency things that you would also schedule in advance, like giving birth, having a surgery, or seeing a specialist doctor. Some specialists work out of hospitals and they schedule their appointments with you at the hospital. In Flint or the Flint area, some of the hospitals are Hurley, McLaren, and Genesis. The dentist is a tooth doctor, so you would go to the dentist with all of your regular teeth cleanings and maintenance, as well as things like tooth pain or cavities. The primary care physician, or PCP, is what you can think of as your regular doctor. So you would see your PCP for regular checkups and non-emergency health concerns, things like physicals, or this is probably the first doctor you would see if you are having a problem, and then the PCP can refer you to a specialist doctor who actually specializes in the area that you need help with. Lastly, urgent care is usually a standalone facility, so it's not necessarily connected to a larger hospital. And this is a doctor that you would see maybe for something that like after hours. Usually the urgent care is open much later than like your primary care physician's office. And let's say something's happening to you pretty suddenly, you may not want to wait to schedule an appointment with your PCP. You would just go to urgent care. They can usually see people the same day. You may have to wait for the other people to go first, but they are who you would go to for a non-emergency illness or injury, like a sprain, a small cut, fever, vomiting, abdominal pain, and flu. So this is a doctor that can prescribe you medication, and it's someone that you would want to see pretty quickly, but not in an emergency situation. Okay, let's talk in more detail about the Genesee County Free Medical Clinic. What is the Genesee County Free Medical Clinic? The Genesee County Free Medical Clinic provides physician consultation, health education, limited testing, and referrals to specialist doctors for free to Genesee County residents between the ages of 18 and 65. So some benefits of using the free medical clinic are that they offer their services at no charge for free. They have an on site pharmacy where most prescription medication is provided for free at no charge. And you do not have to have health insurance. In fact, they only accept patients who are uninsured. And their website is www.gcfmc.org. Can I get an interpreter? Yes, you can use interpreter services for your appointment at the Genesee County Free Medical Clinic. How to get an interpreter? You must request an interpreter while you are making your appointment, and one will be provided to you when you show up to your appointment. Or you may bring your own interpreter with you to the appointment. You can schedule your interpreter through the Genesee Health Plan. Their phone number is 810-232-7740. Who can use the Genesee County Free Medical Clinic? In order to be a patient there, you must not have health insurance. You must be between the ages of 18 and 65. You must be a Genesee County resident, have a current Michigan ID, a social security card, and a proof of income, like a W-2, which is one of the forms that you would use on your taxes. You must be within the monetary limits set in the chart that we will discuss next, and you must have an appointment. Okay, let's say it's just you. You are a family of one, and you need healthcare coverage, and you are going to the free medical clinic. In order to be a patient there, you must either make below less than $25,760 to get full free services. However, if you make between the two numbers, if you make between $25,760 and $38,640, they'll still see you and you can still be a patient, but they will not be able to refer you to a specialist, and I believe you may have to pay out of pocket for some of your prescriptions. So if you make over $38,640, unfortunately, you are not eligible to be a patient at the Genesee County Free Medical Clinic. But as long as you make less than the column A number or between the columns A and B numbers, you can still be treated. Okay, this is a review of the eligibility requirements and the income brackets with the updated income requirements for the Genesee County Free Medical Clinic. At the bottom, they have their hours of operation and the days that they see patients. Remember, they do not accept walk-ins. So what that means is you can walk in to schedule your appointment, but don't expect to be seen the same day as the first time you go in. You can also schedule your appointment over the phone, but they are usually booked out 2 or 3 weeks into the future for appointments. Okay, this is what the Genesee County Free Medical Clinic looks like. This is out here on Welch Boulevard. This is their sign. And then in the back of the building is the parking lot. So the entrance to the parking lot is actually off of Dayton Street. After you park, you will go into this door. It also has a sign with their hours on it. And then when you get into the clinic, this is what it looks like. They also have a food bank, a clothing bank, children's books, and lots of flyers for community events and other healthcare resources. This is their pharmacy, and then some of those flyers. And the people are very kind. They are so nice. They're all volunteers. So they genuinely care about you and they want to give you the healthcare that you deserve. One of their mottos is help us, help you. So one of the things that they stressed to me when I was visiting was the importance of having patience with them. It can be pretty challenging to communicate with someone who may not speak the same language as you, and it can be complicated trying to navigate the United States healthcare system. But these people are there to help you. So even amidst the frustration, they just encourage you to keep a positive attitude and to be patient with them. This is their address, 2437 Welch Boulevard, and a map of the clinic If you are not driving, the MTA bus route has a stop on Welch Boulevard, very near to the building, less than half a mile away from the building on Welch Boulevard. So if you are taking the bus, you can get very, very close to the building itself. Okay, here are some sentence starters to get you started whether you're talking to someone on the phone or in person. Maybe you don't remember everything that we discussed in this video. That's totally okay. Knowing what to say at the doctor's office can feel overwhelming at first, but these sentence starters can get you going. And remember, you don't have to speak perfect English to get quality healthcare. Hello, I need an interpreter, please. I have Aetna health insurance. So, this is just one example of the many, many health insurance companies that you may have. So, whatever it may be, just put it in the sentence. So, I have Priority health insurance, or I have Blue Cross Blue Shield health insurance, or I have Medicaid. I am uninsured. Can I make an appointment with a doctor? What do I need to bring with me? Where are you located? This was a quick introduction to some of the healthcare resources that you can find in Genesee County, Michigan. I hope this video was helpful to you.